So let's talk about the relationship between strategy and culture and how it affects business. I'll give you this framework on the left I developed and the interaction between the two. And then the second side here on the right is kind of how it affects business and how you should react, meaning what should you care about it. All right, so on one side, we have strategy right here, right? And so there's two scenarios here. You have a defined culture, which is explicit and visible to your people, or an undefined one where it's absent or inaccessible, meaning they don't know what the strategy is. And just to be clear on strategy, we mean, here's how we're going to grow the business. We're going to expand to these markets. We're going to become about product innovation or whatever other means of growth you plan on using. So now moving over to the culture side, there could be two scenarios here where there's a weak alignment between words and actions of that culture and the strategy you're trying to introduce. And the other side, you could have a strong alignment of words and actions to the strategy that you're trying to bring upon. And so this creates these four scenarios. Number one, you could be thriving because you have a defined strategy that the culture aligns well. That's thriving. Second one is where you have the strategy defined and the alignment is weak. In this scenario, your people are going to be challenging it, disengaging, or abandoning. Picture people saying, this is not us, we're not about innovation, this is not us, and then they start pushing back. The third scenario is where people have an unclear understanding of the strategy, but also they perceive it as a weak alignment with the culture. And so they're going to be lost. Where are we going? What's this? Where are we going? And then the fourth one is where there's a strong alignment, but it's undefined or it's inaccessible to them. So it's unclear. So they're questioning it. Is this the right thing to be doing? I think innovation is the right thing, but I don't know if it's the direction we're taking the business. And so what does this mean? Let's make it more actionable for you. Scenario one is where you want to be. And so basically you're here in a cycle of execute, evaluate, and improve. And so the business is thriving. This is where you want to be. This is the scenario. Scenario two is you're going to find yourself at a crossroads here. And so what's going to happen is you have to decide, do I have the right strategy for the business or do I have the right culture for the business? And this is going to force you to make adjustments. And so the key here is to be very confident in which path you're taking so you make the right adjustments. Scenario three is where the strategy is undefined or it's not conveyed to the team. And so you have to address that. You have to either define it or communicate it, whatever the case is, or both. In this case, what you have to do is, because the alignment is weak, you have to build that culture or rebuild the culture. And so that's the challenge of that scenario. Scenario four, repeat scenario three, define and communicate the strategy. But the difference from scenario three is that you have to rebuild the culture. The culture is there and it's strongly aligned with your strategy. And so all you have to do is bring your team together. One last note on that is that this has aspects and layers to it. It's not only just your business strategy. This could be aspects of your strategy. In addition, this could be a thing where the business just navigates from one scenario to the next and then back. And so it's an ever-changing, ever-moving dynamic between strategy and culture that you as the business leader needs to manage. Hope this was helpful, clarifying the interaction between strategy and culture. If you have any questions, please let us know.
To receive more tips on how to drive profitable growth in your manufacturing business, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on LinkedIn. If you have questions or want to learn more about us, visit us at alphanovaconsulting.com. I'm Dan Burgos, and thanks for watching.